Imagine a world where the color of your skin decides everything. Where you live, where you learn, even where you sit. This was South Africa under apartheid, a system built to keep black people down and white people in power. In this darkness, a young lawyer named Nelson Mandela refused to stand by. He joined the African National Congress and led peaceful protests, hoping to change the system. But the government answered with violence and harsher laws. Mandela and his comrades realized peaceful protest wasn't enough. They had to fight back, even if it meant risk and sacrifice. Mandela became a man wanted by the police. He forced into hiding, labeled a terrorist by the regime. Yet, he stood as a symbol of resistance, willing to sacrifice his freedom for his people. His journey was just beginning, but his courage inspired a nation. As Mandela once said, "It always seems impossible until it's done." The fight for justice had found its leader. In 1964, Mandela was sentenced to life in prison on Robben Island. The prisoners here were treated very badly and were forced to live in very poor conditions. Forced into hard labor and isolation, Mandela endured brutal conditions for 18 of his 27 years behind bars. Yet, he turned prison into a school, teaching fellow inmates and keeping hope alive. Outside, the world rallied. "Free Nelson Mandela" became a global cry. His wife Winnie and activists kept his cause alive, and international pressure on apartheid grew. Even in isolation, Mandela began secret talks with the government, laying the groundwork for change. He missed his family, suffered in body but never lost focus. His endurance became a beacon for all fighting injustice. As Mandela once said, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it." 27 years in prison only strengthened his resolve. Mandela's spirit could not be caged. On February 11, 1990, Mandela walked free after 27 years, his fist raised, the world watching. South Africa erupted in joy. Hope filled the streets. Mandela emerged not with vengeance, but with a call for peace and forgiveness. He urged his people to lay down arms and heal, not divide. As Mandela once said, "If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy. Then he becomes your partner." Working with President F.W. de Klerk, Mandela helped dismantle apartheid and shape a new constitution. He dreamed of a rainbow nation, where all races lived as equals. In 1994, South Africa held its first democratic election. Millions voted for the first time, and Mandela became the nation's first black president. The prisoner had become the president. It was a triumph of the human spirit and a message to the world: change is possible. South Africa was reborn. Mandela's vision had become reality. As president, Mandela united South Africa, famously donning the Springbok jersey at the 1995 Rugby World Cup, bridging old divides. Known as Madiba, he became a global icon of peace and forgiveness. He championed children's rights, founding the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund. His leadership was rooted in service, compassion, and dignity for all. Mandela taught that forgiveness is strength, not weakness. His values, equality, justice, humanity, guided his every action. As Mandela once said, "What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead." Statues and schools bear his name, but his true legacy lives in the millions he inspired. He showed the world that one person's courage can change history. Mandela's life reminds us, the best of humanity can overcome the worst. He is respected as one of the best leaders to have ever lived. People on both sides of politics respect what he achieved and the way he went about achieving his goals. His legacy endures in South Africa and across the globe.